Hey, everybody. So we are going to go through a complete run through on how to complete your audio interviews. And I know I told you that you can do a couple of options. What I really would like you to do is just use YouTube at this point, because WordPress, um, in its infinite wisdom, has decided now to charge people to upload audio into the platform. So, and SoundCloud, as we know, is also charging. So let us make it easy and upload stuff to YouTube. I will show you how to do that. All it takes is one extra little step, by adding the photo of your partner. So let's do that. And I will show you how to clip something that doesn't necessarily work. Um, and yeah, and complete the rendering and exporting process. So let's get to it. So I will share. I'm gonna start from scratch. All right, so here we are. You have, let's start a new project. We're going to start a new project, but we want to make sure that we're telling uh, Adobe Premiere Pro exactly where we want our video to go. And in this case, I wanted to go to this external hard drive in a folder I called audio. In addition to that, I want to call this audio interview. So it's going to be located there. Just so happens in that same folder, I have already placed a few assets that are going to be important for this project in the audio folder. Look at that. There's in my interview as well as a video, um, as well as a photo. Here it comes. Bam. Uh, I want to list this because it's pretty easy. So as soon as I move over my interview, a timeline is created. I'm going to go through this really quickly. I'm going to clip out. There's an area that I stumble over, but I also going to show you a little trick that I like to use, and that's worked for me. That maybe it works for you too. And then I clip my sound bites. So here, I'll show you what I mean.
Hello, my name is Carl Corey, and I'm a journalism instructor at Suffolk County Community College.
Boom. That's one little sound bite. That's a no. I know that's something that I want to use. It sounds good. Um, I don't know if there's sometimes people have say like I'm doing now in between. Do you want to necessarily include that? Sometimes, not all the time. You don't want to. You want to be transparent. You don't want to take away from that person. And like if it's like a direct interview, you don't want to do that. But what I'm trying to do is select a lot of the important parts.
Over the course of my career, I've had many jobs, starting as a print journalist and editor, and then continually adapting to learn new skills to tell compelling stories.
Bam. All right, so that's another clip that I could place. Let's say it's not in a beginning, middle, and set and format. Well, I can now play around with it and then say, you know what, this is the end. Maybe this is the end. I can place it at the end, but actually, this is actually in the place where I want it to be.
The goal has always been to bring attention to important issues and people who are often overlooked.
That's another clip. That's another soundbite. Let me take my razor blade.
I get to do that with my work, but now it's even more meaningful as I see my students do the same thing and take on challenges and new fields that
I messed up. So in that sense, then so knowing that I messed up and I tripped over my words, um, I started again.
I get to do that with my own work.
All right, so now I'm going to zoom in a little bit because I want to see where see that there's a lag in time, lag in space. I can clip there even too. So what I'm going to do here is use the select bar and take out the areas that don't work.
I get to do that with my own work, but now it's even more meaningful as I
All right.
see my students do the same thing and take on challenges in new fields that weren't even an idea when I started.
Let's try adding a transition at the end,
Even an idea when I started.
and it kind of like fades to black. Um, so let's now listen to the whole thing.
Hello, my name is Carl Corey, and I'm a journalism instructor at Suffolk County Community College. Over the course of my career, I've had many jobs, starting as a print journalist and editor, and then continually adapting to learn new skills to tell compelling stories. The goal has always been to bring attention to important issues and people who are often overlooked. I get to do that with my own work, but now it's even more meaningful as I see my students do the same thing and take on challenges in new fields that weren't even an idea when I started.
Okay. Now, I would if I were doing this as a podcast or something, I would even want to like slow down my pacing in a way because I'm talking too quickly. But that's not your job to tell you. You don't want someone to change who they are. But if you were to do your own podcast, you'd want to be as professional as possible. And now, all right. So I'm adding my photo. My photos are generally are 5 seconds, like just as a default. But let's make sure that it goes to the full length of of the interview. So I do that by hitting like going to the end of going to the end of it and clicking on it and clicking and dragging it to the end. You know what? And I will also apply transition. So let's see how that goes. So and by adding that now you know that there's a both a a an image and an audio clip, and you see now that it's in yellow. Yellow means it's not rendered. For smaller projects like this, it doesn't really matter because in the rendering process it won't take very long. Um, if in a larger project with lots of photos, it will matter. So if you're doing multiple drafts, or yeah, you'll want to like render it a couple of times. But let's see what it looks like at the end.
In new fields that weren't even an idea when I started.
So it fades to black. Now let's do to render it in and out, the whole thing. And here it goes. It's only going to take a couple of seconds because it's a 33 second long clip.
Hello, my name is Carl Corey, and I'm a
It's done.
journalism instructor at Suffolk.
Now that it's done, we're going to export it. And we're going to export it as a video file because it has both audio and video in it. And you want to hit the little area above, and it says match sequence settings. But hold on. And then you hit, after you hit match sequence settings, well, hold on a second. Let me see something. Let me try something. I want to say H.264. Then match sequence settings. Okay. Remember, I want to save it where I want to save it. And it make sure that it is actually saving to the area. It's multimedia journey audio, same area, save, and we have to export it. Now it's already been rendered, so let's see how quickly it takes. Not very long. It's not even rendering, it's just encoding it. So it is. So we could, let's just say, for the heck of it, export media. Let's see. You know what? First, it works. So, but let me just. I was just going to say, if you didn't render it in and out, and since it's such a short thing, you could go about. You could have gone about and just chosen it to be a H.264, which is fine. Now, but my video has saved, and I'm going to pull that up. It immediately goes. So let's see. I need to share this with you. And the guy is.
Hello, my name is Carl Corey, and I'm a journalism instructor at Suffolk County Community College. Over the course of my career, I've had many jobs, starting as a print journalist.
Blah, blah, blah. And so now I go to YouTube. Let's go here. Go to YouTube, hit the little create button, upload my video, select files, and Corey interview is the file. And then give it a headline, interview with Carl Corey, Professor Corey shares he enjoys what shares his most fulfilling part, shares or discusses. Yeah, I think I like that better. Make sure to add no, it's not made for kids. Next. Subtitles. End screen, no. No. Public. Okay. So remember this link here, copy but close. I mean, that was quick, right? It's published already. So now I can go into a post and create a post and say, hello. Add new. interview and then YouTube link, embed, and then give me a sentence or two, underneath here. Do all the stuff you need to do, including the featured image. So set your featured image. Wherever it comes from. Editing. Insert. It needs to be longer. Make sure you do excerpt and also you do your tags and category and things like that. Then you hit publish. Ready to publish. View post. So I'm gonna, and let's see, does that work? Why is it doing that? Okay. Okay. Oh, I guess it's still working. But yeah, it's not ready yet. You see, it says 32 seconds. Still working on it, 32 seconds. But that it should work by then. So that's it. Took longer than I wanted to, but I hope that you get to watch this. And if you have any other questions, please let me know. So that should tie up any loose ends. Sorry for any trouble. Please let me know if you have any questions again, and have a great weekend. Bye-bye.